Okay, good morning and good afternoon, everybody. I hope that you stay very well at home. My name is Mario. I am a teacher. I have worked as an English teacher in a secondary school in San Cristobal de las Casas, Chiapas. In this moment, I want to talk about the bullying problems, how this issue has been produce powerful impact in society around the world. In this moment, I am going to share my screen, okay? Because I had been considered too important to speaking about the violence at the school, especially okay in system education system in Tuxtla, Gutierrez, San Cristobal, everywhere, every school around the world, the bullying problem has affected the emotional state about the students because I have to consider in my eyes the violent behavior has been serious problem at the school, especially in primary school, high school, has affected the society behavior. Okay, in my opinion, this problem has been important to consider, for, especially about psychology, sociology, and the teacher. Okay, because I think the bullying affected everyone, every people, the student, because when the student has experiment a problem at the school, at home, when they have lived a violent environment at home, they are going to reflect these problems, okay, at school. Okay. For that reason, we as a teacher, we have to consider very important to analyze very carefully this problem about the violence, okay? In another ways, the bullying has been arrested the concept of depression, anxiety, increased feeling in the people, okay? When the people eating partner allows interesting activity, they use it to enjoy. In another ways, how is the principal problem when the student reflect the violent behavior at the school, okay? Should us abuse alcohol and drugs in teenagers when the teenager fight or having always fired school vandalism properly at the school and early sexual activity at criminal conviction and the traffic citation as a result. The people had to reflect this problem about this problem has affected, okay, this arrest, okay, this factor has negative factors has been affected the the conduct about a student at a school, okay. In another work, when the student has experiment problem about the violence, aggressive conduct, the original problem is that a student live violent behavior or violent environment at the school. Okay, okay. In other ways, in my eyes, the violence had a relationship with the suicide risk, including depression, problems at home, trauma history, or sexual trauma history. In additional, specific group has increased risk in suicide, including in American Indian and Alaska, Native Asian American. This problem, these people had been experiment a controversial behavior about because they had gays or they were bisexual or transgender person. Okay, this situation is environment in principle in USA, in UK and England. Okay, UK, excuse me. It's a problem, okay, around the world because, in my personal opinion, the values has been changed. Okay, because we had living in the permissive society. Okay, because for example, when I was studying the Bible, on the Bible about Organization Jehovah, and how the society around the world forget this Bible instruction about we had to reflect the um, and current behavior at the school, okay, reflect everywhere of the places, okay. But I want to say especially we as a teacher, we are going to contribute for to reduce the violent conduct and by aggressive behavior of our student, okay? Because in other ways, violent behavior create culture has a negative impact on everyone involving bullying, a serious affects problem, physical, emotional, academic, and society, okay? Okay, and my otherwise, we as a teacher, we should to reflect at the school, and when we're talking with the people, we're talking with the student, we are going to talk about the serious consequences of violent conduct and bullying conduct is a principal issue around the world affecting the society. Okay? For example, what is the another? Well, I think the teacher we are going to talk with the parents, the students' parents, in the meeting together. We are going to work together. The principal, teacher, and secretary of education. We are going to develop different conferences. We are going to talk about the concept about the bullying. We are going to reflect at the school in the environment class. We are going to know discrimination. We are going to solve childs everywhere. We need to consider. We are going to consider equal people. Okay, we don't care the original culture, languages, ideology, original culture. Every people were going to the same people. For example, when we talk about the languages, in my case, I had born in a multicultural context in San Cristobal. The people, the overpopulation are native speak social languages. Okay, I had always to talk every languages, English, Spanish, social are important. Okay, it's the same language is an importance around the world. Okay, for that reason, when we teach English, okay, we are going to consider the English and the Spanish and the mother language is very important. Okay, we are going to learn English because we will to need to establish social communication with American people. Okay. We don't forget the mother tongue. We don't forget. Okay, we are going to learn English because we'll be able to establish a social communication where to understand diverse culture around the world. Okay. For that reason, we as a teacher reflect if we to speak with the student about the consequences of the bullying, we will to reduce the violence. Okay. We as a teacher would talk with for the parents, son about the violence, will achieve a successful result about the result of the violence. Okay. If I was a president, I would like to develop the conference, the film about the, because we are going to disappear the violence film. Okay, the violence film in the Netflix and TV. When I go to when going to watch TV, a lot film is about violence. Okay, the people, the about the film cinematography, will have to consider as sexual person about the different people, okay, delinquents, okay, manager delinquent, such as Chapo Guzman or another, they're going to consider as a sexual person, okay, but we are going to reduce this film, okay, for because the when the as parents, if we the parents look when the people, when the student includes in the Facebook, in the internet, observe the student, okay, we are going to work together for about reducing violence, okay. And with parent look this on the Facebook, we probably they are going to reduce the violence. In another ways, finally, to some of we as a teacher, we are going to develop different civic. We're going to tell them family, going to have a breakfast together. We develop emotional intelligence and social interaction. Socio-effective relation is very important for to do the violence. We as a teacher, we're going to the family, we we're going to establish, okay, an excellent friendship with the people everywhere, because if the student, okay, experiment appropriate environment at home, we will reflect, okay, reflect appropriate behavior at the school, okay. For the reason, if we a student want to reflect appropriate conduct, sorry, and the people, the student, in um, they are going to reflect a violent conduct around the world. Okay, for reason we as a teacher, this picture is about the violence. Okay, finally, I would like to give my personal final opinion, purpose. Okay, we are going to, as a teacher, reduce the violence. But if we two work together, we will to reduce the violence, disappear the violence. Okay. Be careful, student. Be careful, student. The parents, they should to be careful, student, when they go out at the school, because when they walk in the street, they are super attached to violence, whether the delinquency, the vandalism, okay. For reason, the parents, they should be constantly communication with the student about phone everywhere, okay. We are going to work together, teacher, student, principals, secretary of education, and the parents. We are going to reduce the violence, okay. Thanks a lot for this opportunity for to speak about the bullying. The bullying is a problem, serious problem, but it's not impossible for to attach the violence. Okay, thanks a lot.